3 unpopular cartoons based on popular movies next on Retro Serial. Hey everyone, welcome to Retro Serial. I'm your host, DNC. I'm glad you could be joining me for today's program. Recently, I uploaded a video where I talked about 3 unpopular television shows based on popular movies, and this is kind of a part 2. I want to do a part 2 to that, but I thought, well, before I do a part 2 to that explicitly, I thought I would do one kind of tongue-in-cheek, because what I'm going to be talking about today are 3 popular movies that spun off 3 unpopular cartoons. As I said before, you know that once a movie's popular and it makes a lot of money, a lot of times people want to see that money keep rolling in, and there are several ways to do that. They have merchandise, and they have television shows, and they have all kinds of ways, but one of the ways that they've done so in the past is to try to make cartoons based on the movie. So we're going to talk about 3 cartoons that were based on popular movies that weren't so popular as cartoons. However, before we get to that, would you do me the favor of hitting the thumbs up button, hitting the subscribe button, hitting the bell notification so you know when these things are available, and please share this on your favorite social media so you can tell people about all the great content you're getting here at Retro Serial. If you want to go an extra step, you can always visit my Patreon page, where you can either do the tip jar, which is $3 a month, just, hey, good job, we like what you're doing, keep it up, we're supporting you, or you can join the Cornflake Club, which is $5 a month, in which you will get all videos and all podcasts one day early. And coming soon, real soon, is going to be the Honeycomb Hideout, which you will get exclusive material for people who are only part of that club. But that's coming soon. Really is. I know that I've said that before, but things kind of move slow. You know, I'm kind of learning as I go and all that stuff. So with all that said, let's go ahead and get to these 3 cartoons based on popular movies. Coming in at number 3 is Karate Kid 1, 2, and 3. Because of this film franchise, we got the Karate Kid, the animated series. First released in 1984 and wrapping up in 1989, the film series follows the coming of age through difficult life lessons of Daniel LaRusso, played by Ralph Macchio. He is guided through his hard knock lessons by mentor and father figure, Mr. Miyagi, played by Pat Morita. But the adventures do not end with the Karate Kid Part 3, and no, I am not talking about Cobra Kai. In 1989, NBC aired one season, that is 13 episodes, of the Karate Kid, the animated series. In this adventure series, Daniel, Mr. Miyagi, and Taki Tamura, a female character from Okinawa, attempt to find a stolen magical shrine. This shrine was stolen from Okinawa and is now passing from person to person, creating both victim and villains because of its magical and mysterious power. Dan and the gang must get it back before it really falls into the wrong hands, but they never quite accomplish their goal, as each week the shrine eludes them, being passed on to someone else and creating a new weekly adventure. And here's a little bonus fact for you. The shrine actually appears in the 2nd season of Cobra Kai, when Daniel goes over to Okinawa and he's working out with a former opponent, Chosen. The shrine appears in the background in Chosen's dojo. Bonus fact. Taking the number 2 spot is Rambo, The Forces of Freedom. The movie First Blood and First Blood Part 2, Rambo, follows the violent and disturbing misadventures of Vietnam veteran John Rambo, played by Sylvester Stallone. What do you do with 2 violent and disturbing rated R movies? Well, of course, what you do is you make a children's cartoon. Rambo, Forces of Freedom aired in 1986 and ran for a total of 65 episodes, which was still really only one season. This is a simple and straightforward cartoon where Rambo and his gang, the Forces of Freedom, fight the terrorist group called Savage to keep the world safe. Of course, this was tamed down for a more children-friendly audience. For example, Rambo's PTSD was not a factor in the cartoon series at all. However, I have one question for you. Do you think that this was a little too overkill, a little too much of a cash grab to take these very violent and very disturbing films about somebody who has PTSD and struggled in the Vietnam War and struggled in his post-life after the Vietnam War to make that a cartoon? I want you to battle that out in the comment section below. Should they have done it? Is it okay? If they tamed it down, is it okay? All that stuff. Let's hear your opinions on it. And coming in at number 1 is The Real Ghostbusters. This animated series is based on the movie The Ghostbusters and aired before The Ghostbusters Part 2, which means it was an animated series based on the first movie alone. It really wasn't based on the second movie at all. This series appeared on ABC and ran from 1986 to 1991 for an impressive 7-season total. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, E&C, at the beginning of this, you said that these were 3 unsuccessful cartoons based on successful movies. Well, on this one, I broke the mold a little bit because I have to admit it comes in at number 1 because it is my favorite cartoon based on a movie. So, well, I cheated a little bit on this one. Now, the reason why it was called The Real Ghostbusters, which you may or may not know, is that there was already a television series geared towards children called Ghostbusters that came out in the 70s. And while the movies were able to use the title The Ghostbusters, because they were both kids shows and legal mumbo jumbo, they had to add The Real Ghostbusters in to separate it from the previous series. So that's my pick for top 3 cartoons based on movies. What would your top 3 pick be? Do you think I cheated a little by adding the Ghostbusters in there? Maybe I did, maybe I didn't. Did you like any of my choices? Would they be on your list? Please let me know in the comment section below. And before you go, as always, please, by all means, do me the favor of hitting the like button, hitting the subscribe button, hitting the bell notification, share this on your favorite social media. Would really mean the world to me. And if you want to go that extra step, head on over to Patreon and join either the Cornflake Club or just put a little bit of money in the tip jar. You're always welcome to do either one of those things. And until I see you again, please stay retro, everyone. We'll see you.